Hey, I got new merch! There's hoodies, stickers, and this sweet new Memento Mori shirt that you can swipe. You get it? Because the kanji for forest is read as Mori, and Memento Mori. Yeah? Okay, I'll start the video. Links are in the description. Hang on, negative. Didn't you already do a video about chaotic? Why are you doing one again? Those are both very good questions. The first one is because my first chaotic video that I did sucked, and I've been wanting to redo it for a long time now. The second is because there's a lot of new information that's been floating around the internet, and I wanted to update you guys, but I also didn't want to do like a single isolated video about it because then that would be outdated and it wouldn't really get all that many views, and I need views for the channel because I don't get enough views now. So I thought it'd be best to wrap everything up in one big video, redo my previous video so that it's up to date and better and not bad, and everyone gets updated on what's been happening. Also because the first time I did this, the video was super successful, so I'm hoping to re-spark that success. Please share the video, like, and subscribe. During the early 2000s, when Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were starting to really make it big over here in the good old US of A, 4Kids, the scumbags that they were, wanted a cut of that action while the trading card game market was still developing. Luckily, there was this guy named Martin Ralph, a Danish game designer who was making a game called Grolls and Gorks, then was changed to Chaotic Now or Never. Then came Brian Gannon. Brian is one of those guys who focuses on global consumer products, or, you know, getting something in the hands of everyone everywhere with prior experience with Upper Deck, and typically focuses on distribution and marketing. Legally, the rights to Chaotic Now or Never was in the hands of Draco, and they came to the US in order to sell the rights to it. That's where Brian Gannon found them. He tried to find a partner for developing Chaotic, and that's when he made a deal with 4Kids, making a deal with Brian's company to co-produce the game. And here is the big stipulation you need to keep in mind because it's going to appear later. 4Kids did not own Chaotic. They were just working with Brian Gannon. Technically speaking, the real rights to the game were in Brian Gannon's hands. We'll come back to that later. The show was, and still is, one of the best action cartoons that I've ever had the pleasure of watching. The idea is that you have a code scanner, you literally go to the world of Param, and whatever creatures you scanned, you can become them in a simulated battle. And the thing that set it apart from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon was that the battles weren't confined to a single area. The entire location they chose to fight in was up to them, so the battles felt more like real fights that led to more creative action sequences. Not only that, but because the real card game was integrated in the show, actual strategies that you could use when you're playing against your friends could be incorporated just by watching the show and learning how the game works. Something we definitely couldn't have gotten by watching Yu-Gi-Oh! The show lasted 3 seasons total, and after the first season they changed the animation studios. I've heard a lot of fans say they hated how they changed the animation style, but even after watching the show again for this video, I still think it's nothing but an upgrade. I can understand that may be an unpopular opinion. What really matters is that the quality of the writing was always consistently fantastic. I mean, it was better than good, it was great. The thing that personally appealed to me most was the world building that was established in this show. Not only was the premise interesting, where they went to a whole new world and got to see these creatures and talk to them, but every creature, every character had their own personality, and it was a wide swath of characters. Each location had its own history. New problems in the world was completely separated from the game. It felt like you could really go there. And I know that's something everyone says when it's a really well-developed world, but that's kind of the benchmark of it being a really well-developed world. In their world, Param, the idea is that there's 4 tribes. The Overworlders, which were the more generically fantastical creatures, the Underworlders, which were more like demons, the Mepedians, which were lizard people, and the Danians, which were all insects. each with their own class structure and societal differences. And the secret 5th tribe, Marillions, which were basically liquid alien creatures who wanted to flood the world and take over, none of the tribes get along, which creates the conflict for the show. The major appeal to this game was how every card was unique. There was randomized stats of the card's energy, courage, speed, strength, and wisdom, and so you could be playing a game where both players have the exact same army, but the outcomes will always be different. The way the game works is also unlike most other card games. All of the creatures you control are laid out on a board, and you can attack and move throughout the course of battle until all of your opponent's creatures are destroyed. The gameplay is really during the combat, where you draw attack cards or play spells called Music, which stands for musical magic, in order to better your chances of success, and a randomized location will sway the course of battle as well, since at the beginning of every fight a new location is chosen, each with their own effects. And it was this unique approach to card games that was what made it so appealing to people. Now, this kind of format would probably be better suited to an online version of the game. And so that's what they did. But they didn't just make any hoity-toity version. Every card had a unique code specific only to that card and its stats. And when you entered the code, you'd get the exact version of that card online. So here's why it fell off the face of the earth. 4Kids decided that it wanted full rights to Chaotic. They were tired of working with Brian, and if you learn anything about 4Kids, this shouldn't come as a surprise to you. The lawsuit lasted several years, and because the rights for the franchise was being disputed, neither party could actually do anything with it during that time. Eventually, everything was pulled off shelves, and over time, 4Kids lost, so good, screw them. But Brian had the problem of, it had been so long since anyone had even seen the cards that nobody kind of even remembered them at that point. Everyone moved on to a new game, and now Brian didn't have a company funding his distribution of it, so, you know, then it went completely off the grid. For most of us, we didn't even know what happened. That was until this tweet in 2019. Chaotic Brand 2.0 first day at licensing show in Las Vegas in the Epic Story Media booth. And inside the somehow still thriving Chaotic community, this tweet spread fast. In fact, A-Game went so far as to drive down there and interview Brian for more information about the topic. What we were able to glean was that they're trying to bring back Chaotic and Slugterra. Oh, look, another video of mine that you can watch. Link is gonna be in the end screen. And they plan to try and re-air the show in order to garner more interest again. And they also plan to release the unreleased set of cards from Fire and Ice as a way to save money, because chances are they already had a bunch printed and it's been sitting in a warehouse for all these years. If you go to the Chaotic Discord channel, some of the staff are on there communicating with the community. But more importantly, all of the episodes that were originally uploaded on YouTube by someone named Paytonic Master, but all those videos were forcibly taken down and then re-uploaded to the official Chaotic YouTube channel, which was actually a really good sign for us Chaotic fans, because it shows that action is taking place, moves are being made, and so we're one step closer to having Chaotic come back, because they're doubling down on trying to maintain their rights for their franchise. As of the making of this video, there hasn't been anything big or concrete that's happened yet. And that's why I've been reluctant to make this video, because I was hoping something really solid would happen that would be a big turning point, because I like having a call to action saying, hey, it's out, go buy it. But it's not. We still have to wait longer because this stuff takes time. And so I was pushing off making this video for a long time, hoping something would happen so that it would be a much more satisfying ending for you guys, but sadly it's not. There's no doubt plenty of talk about what's most likely gonna happen, or what they've discussed was gonna happen, but nothing concrete has happened yet. But if you've been out of the loop, you at least have a good understanding and a good foundation about what's been going on, so that you're prepared to know that it looks like it's actually coming back, which is something I never would have guessed. So if you're super nice, then please share this video. If not to increase my view count, but also to just inform people about what's been going on in the community and to tell them that there's developments happening in the chaotic world. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay beautiful and keep playing.